Bad teammates are annoying. They are detrimental to a multiplayer experience. We all know this. We've all played with a teammate that seems to have no thumbs, no coordination, no accuracy, no idea of what's going on around them. What's worse than a bad teammate though is a teammate that has a rule set that they play the game by, and when you don't play it that way, they get very upset. And I'm talking about the obsessive OBJ players. Now for those of you who don't know, OBJ is the objective, and the objective is one of the most important parts of an objective game mode for sure. If you're playing domination, conquest, rush, search and destroy, demolition, oddball, capture the flag, the objective is very important. And sometimes the objective is even more important than staying alive. But unfortunately, people don't realize that running to the objective, dying, and running back again with zero gun skill is not helpful. And this has pissed me off for a while. The type of player that thinks it's okay if I died more than I got kills, if I never held down a lane, if I never took out key enemies, if I couldn't win my gunfights, look, I was constantly on the objective. Where this really started to strike a nerve with me was when I started playing more Overwatch and when I started playing Squad. But this is not restricted to these games. This is prevalent in every one of these games that I've played. And when I say these games, I mean first-person shooters that have objective game modes. I have gotten kicked out of squads while playing Squad because I didn't run into bullets for an objective. If I'm pinned behind a wall and I'm getting shot at and I'm being yelled at, get up to the objective, go heal your teammates, go do this. And I'm thinking, I'm not retarded. If it's not being done, it's because I cannot do it. This pisses me off as an experienced FPS player. I'm not the best player ever, but I know how to read situations. I know how to read problems. If I'm hiding behind a wall and bullets are flying past both sides of it and I can't move and you yell at me for camping or for kill whoring, fuck you. It's really terrible every time I play Overwatch on either Xbox or PC. When I go into quick play, I know I should just be playing competitive, that's what everyone tells me. But when I go into quick play, there's always somebody that's mad that other people are not on the payload and they just keep dying. Yeah, we're not on the payload because we're trying to take out the enemy so we can touch the payload. The people that are this obsessed with the objective generally are not good at the game. They understand the game, they understand how to win, but instead of actually winning gunfights and taking out their opponents, they think the best idea is to just keep rushing back to the objective from spawn every time they go down. Here's a paraphrased quote from The Art of War. The goal is to not protect the objective, it is to remove the enemy's ability to attack it. Only through doing this will you actually have defended your objective, will you have actually played the objective. A big pet peeve I have is when I go to play Battlefield and people capture the objective and then leave the objective. It gets taken, they have to come back and get the objective again, and it becomes a vicious cycle that never fucking stops throughout the whole match. And it's usually up to me to stay on the objective and keep it away from the enemies by killing them when they get near it, instead of just coming back and throwing my body on the conquest point every time. There are so many people I see, and it's a lot of times it's older gamers, I think, and that's just an overgeneralization, but a lot of times it is, where I'll just see an enemy rushing towards me in Battlefield. Just running towards me. And I'm like, okay, and I just shoot them and they die and they get pissed off. Well, I assume they get pissed off, because I'm sure in their mind, their idea is push towards the objective, get to that MCOM station, get to that conquest point, go, 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 and they run to it and fucking die. All these players would have to do is stop, wait a second, and eliminate the opponents in the area. Again, your goal is not the objective, your goal is to remove the enemy's ability to play the objective. I'm not saying everybody should be a Slayer all the time, there is always room for an OBJ guy, but I am specifically pissed about the people that are so obsessed with it that they will run to the payload with the wrong character in Overwatch. they will just sprint towards flags. They will grab a flag and capture the flag with no exit route and then get mad when nobody was there with them. Players that are obsessed with the objective do not win games. You have to know when to stop, hold back, kill opponents, let them take the objective and come back later. You have to know all of these things. It's always the bad players, and my problem with them is that they think they're better. So here's where my rant heats up a little bit. You have the people that are against game modes like Team Deathmatch or anything of the sort, because it takes no skill. Well, it takes less skill because you're doing one thing instead of two things, I guess? But these are usually the people that don't see the value in killing the enemy team in game modes like Conquest or Domination. Yes, capture the flag. Yes, sometimes you should die trying to capture the objective. Of course. But if that is all you are doing, is running to the objective and dying, respawning, coming back to the objective and dying, respawning, coming back to you, that vicious loop, fuck you. And I say fuck you because these are the people that are like, look at how high my score is, look at how much time I had in the hard point, look how much time I have on the objective, look at all the points I have, look at all the captures I have. It's playing with people that can get 12 captures and domination in the first round, but they're going negative, they're dying all the time, and they haven't defended the flag once. Why capture an objective if you are not able to stay at it and eliminate the enemies that are trying to come to it? A long time ago, I had a friend that would play the objective extremely hard in every game mode we played, but he couldn't win gunfights. He couldn't eliminate opponents. He had more score than me, he had more captures than me, but I was in second place with kills and defense, trying to keep the enemy away from the objective, and we would have won a lot more games if he knew how to shoot people. In Overwatch, there's this misconception that it's all about the objective and keeping your team alive and being helpful. I've seen people say shit like this on Twitter and on Reddit, on iFunny. I see people say shit like this about fucking Overwatch. No! You want the enemy team out of the fight. You want them away from the objective. And if that's a distraction, if that's a flank, or if that's just straight up killing them, go for it. There is a point to playing the objective, but there's also a point of eliminating the enemy. There's also a point where you need to regroup and recenter and ask people what they need you to do. Look around you, look at the minimap, look at your teammates' positions and what they're doing, look at the enemy's positions and fucking think about it for half a second. I have gotten shit talked in Call of Duty and in Battlefield just because I didn't have as much score as somebody that had way more deaths than me. And in Battlefield, we all know when you die, you lose your team a ticket. So they would go cap a point, die, they'd go attack a point, die, and then brag about how much SPM they have, brag about how well they did. You're just point whoring and dying, point whoring and dying, point whoring and dying. You are not an objective player, you are suicidal and you're losing the game for your team. And this has also happened to me a lot when playing Squad and Insurgency. Again, I don't have any of my fucking PC gameplay because I accidentally deleted a folder that I didn't know had all the gameplay in it, but apparently smart old me moved it there a couple weeks ago. But I'll play Squad or Insurgency, which are more tactical, more like, realistic shooters, and I will not push the objective for a second. I'll hold back because I'm getting shot at, I'm being engaged, I hear gunfire, I hear enemies around me. I have been in situations where somebody's like, hey, revive me in Squad, when grenades are literally blowing up on their body and there's bullets flying everywhere. I'm like, fuck you dude, I'm not reviving you, and then I'll get kicked from a squad. And it's not because I say, fuck you, I'm not reviving you, I say something more along the lines of, I'm under fire, I'm getting shot, your body is just getting riddled with bullets right now, I can't help you. Same thing with the objectives in Insurgency and Squad as well, where you have to go capture a point, and I can't get to the fucking point because there's enemies between me and the point, I'm getting shot at from the point they're telling me to take, or worst case scenario, I've already been injured and I'm now retreating. And yet I get told to just push the objective. That loses you tickets, that loses you points. Why would I just keep pushing the objective into bullets every time? In games like Squad and Insurgency and Battlefield, people do not realize how precious their lives are to the actual objective of the game, which is to win. That's where I'm going to end this video. The objective is not to get the most points. The objective is not to be on the objective the longest, whether it's a hard point, a payload, or a domination flag. The objective is to win. And if sometimes that requires you to back off from the flags for a bit, back off from the payload, maybe take some longer range engagements, maybe flank the opponents, maybe make sure the enemy's dying. I hate looking at a kill feed in a video game and seeing my team getting slaughtered, and then I hear some little shit say, "Why is no one on the objective?" Because you keep dying on the objective, we need to approach it differently. And sometimes, just to be smug, I'll be told, "Get on that objective, stop camping, you know, just fucking move forward," right? And I'll just go, "Okay," and I just like walk into bullets and I'm like, "Well, I'm fucking dead now." As somebody who's played a lot of shooters, I can read a situation and go, I can't help at that flag. I can't defend this objective. I can't do anything here. I'm going to just die, so I might as well use the life I have now and regroup with some other people. I might as well back off and come back with more health. That is a thought process that a good player goes through. The shitty players are the ones begging everybody to throw their bodies on the objective regardless of whether they live or die. And like I said, sometimes getting the objective is more important than living. Sometimes pushing the objective is more important than living, and I'm not just a KD whore. I'm just not stupid. So anyway, if you enjoyed this video, feel free to like and subscribe and use the links below to support my channel. And if you're this kind of player and this video triggers you, then whatever. I'm just gonna watch you die if I'm ever in a game with you. Feel free to throw your body on the objective. I'm gonna go look for a way around. See you when I see ya. Peace.